From Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV11 News at noon.
Oh, it's that time. Food Truck Fridays is back. Here's a live look downtown Little Rock on Main Street and Capitol this afternoon.
Today's featured trucks include Roxy's hot dog menu, Kona Ike's and El Buen Gusto, and Southern Salt.
Ooh, you still have an hour and a half to grab some grub, get some lunch in. Good afternoon. I'm Laura Monteverde alongside Raven Richard. Thank you for joining us. I'll take one of each.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of want to just go take a quick break, go grab some food, come back, and we can finish the show.
Yeah,
how about that?
It's beautiful. I know they've had some rainy Fridays in the past, but this is a beautiful way to kick off September, kick off the weekend, Food Truck Fridays.
Absolutely, and it's not too hot, not too humid. It feels actually very comfortable, and the temperature feels exactly what it actually is. Live UMAX showing things are all clear for us, so not expecting any rain. That's always a good thing for us. Right now it is 83 degrees. Feeling really nice outside. Taking a look at other temperatures across the state in those 70s and some 80s as we get a little bit further down south. Kind of chilly up on the hills, 75. Planning the rest of your day for today, still in those 80s. We're not topping off very much higher than that. Only some mid 80s for us, and dropping down to the 70s by the time you do head out to some of those football games for tonight. So it should be some good football weather for you. So it's finally cooling down. I'll talk more about that game day forecast and less humidity for this weekend. We'll have more details coming up in your full extended forecast in just a bit. Laura?
A lot of you clicking on this story on our website right now. A Little Rock woman says she was robbed in broad daylight while picking up her child from school. According to police, the victim was in the parking lot of Terry Elementary on Marlin Road when a man ran up and took her purse. The woman was left with a bruise on her right arm. The principal released a statement saying that no children were ever in danger. The school security team is now working with Little Rock police. Also gaining some attention on THV11.com, 13 dogs in North Little Rock now property of the court after they were seized from a local animal rescue. Southern Paws Transport was at max capacity, but members say they couldn't bring themselves to turn dogs away. The nonprofit kept an extra 25 dogs in a warehouse. Under an agreement with the city, they had to have them all out yesterday, but when the shelter showed up, 13 remained. North Little Rock cited them with operating a shelter without a permit, poor conditions, and possessing banned breeds.
Dogs deserve better. The conditions were bad in there. I walked in and had to walk back out. The smell was just so overwhelming.
Both Southern Paws Transport and the city say they only want what's best for the dogs. Southern Paws has a hearing next Thursday. The dogs cannot be adopted out until then, and they can also not be euthanized. In a THV11 update, a Pulaski County man expected to be okay after he was shot by police. Pulaski County deputies, Little Rock Narcotics Unit, and SWAT team executed a warrant on King Road yesterday. Upon entering the home, 59-year-old Lloyd St. Clair pointed a gun at an officer who fired a shot, hitting St. Clair. No one else was hurt. The unnamed officer is on administrative leave until an internal investigation is complete. A Faulkner County detention officer out of a job after the sheriff's office says he provided contraband to inmates. 21-year-old Luke Wibberly of Conway was arrested yesterday, charged with felony furnishing prohibited articles to incarcerated detainees, among other charges. He's since bonded out of jail, but no court date has been set.
He got away with it. He absolutely got away with rape, which is worse than getting away with murder. And there's no doubt in my mind that he will do it again.
Brock Turner, the former Stanford University swimmer convicted of sexually assaulting an unconscious woman outside a fraternity house, has been released from jail today. The 22-year-old was released early for good behavior out after serving half of his 6-month sentence. Turner was convicted of raping an unconscious woman back in March. The case prompted outrage, and demonstrators are planning to gather outside the jail for what they call a, quote, boisterous protest.
It doesn't make sense to me how he could do that to someone who's unconscious and go behind bars for 3 months.
Turner has told authorities he will return to his native Ohio to live with his parents. His part of his 3-year probation, he'll have to take random drug tests and register as a sex offender. Meanwhile, lawyers for Jared Fogle want a victim's parents to be named as confidants in a federal lawsuit. The parents filed a lawsuit against Fogle on behalf of their daughter. Their suit says the young girl was secretly videotaped changing clothes and showering, but now Fogle's attorneys say the parents should be responsible for some of the damages. The motion accuses the parents for causing emotional distress to their daughter by abusing alcohol and frequently fighting with the victim. Fogle pled guilty in 2015 to multiple charges, including child pornography. That is a parent's worst nightmare. A mother from New York asking for the federal investigation into how her 5-year-old son was put on a wrong flight by JetBlue.
When I went to pick up my son wasn't there.
Translator Maribel Martinez paid a $100 fee to have her son accompanied by a flight attendant. But when she arrived at JFK, there was another boy waiting there instead. She said it took the airline 3 more agonizing hours until they could tell her that her son was almost 200 miles away in Boston.
We have written to the Federal Aviation Administration requesting an independent investigation.
JetBlue is promising a full review of the incident. The airline refunded the family's flights and gave them $2,100 credit towards future JetBlue flights. Martinez said her son was wearing a wristband with his name on it, but the other child was carrying her son's passport. Go ahead, check your pantry for Little Bite snacks. A voluntary recall has been issued after complaints of small pieces of plastic in the food. Here in Arkansas, this includes the Little Bites Variety 20-pack, which has fudge brownies, chocolate chip muffins, and blueberry muffins. The box has a Best Buy date of September 24th of this year. So far, 1 injury has been reported. An embarrassing setback for the world's biggest selling smartphone maker. Samsung has issued a huge recall of one of its flagship devices. It's now recalling all 2.5 million Galaxy Note 7s. They found a problem with the battery in some of the phones. This after several claims that the Note 7 can catch fire while charging.
They finally had a real hit on their hands, and it looked like they were really going to outmatch Apple. This is finally Samsung year, and look what happened.
Samsung is pausing sales of the devices and will offer the customers affected a new product for free to replace it in the coming weeks. No injuries have been reported. Well, it is Labor Day weekend. That means most of you will be outside enjoying the weather, flipping burgers, grilling hot dogs. But did you know you could be exposed to harmful chemicals?
Well, coming up, some tips on how you can reduce your risk.
Plus, Tropical Storm Hermine bringing heavy rain and powerful winds to Georgia and the Carolinas as parts of Florida prepare for possible flooding and tornadoes. We'll have the latest coming up.
Well, while things are staying calm here, we're looking at some nice football weather for tonight. We're talking about a little bit on the chilly side. Bring your jacket if you're headed out to some of those games.
And as we head to break, here's another look at Food Truck Friday happening at Capitol in Maine. Looking good,
I hope they're
good,
saving me a spot out there. They're saving us spots.
Please do.
Hopefully.
We'll be right back. Hurricane Hermine made landfall in Florida's Big Bend area as the first hurricane to hit the state in more than a decade. You're looking at video from Hudson Beach, Florida. The hurricane has now been downgraded to a tropical storm. However, it brought soaking rain, high winds, and thousands of power outages. And take a look here in Pasco County, Florida. Residents there dealing with up to 10 inches of rain, forcing 18 people from their homes. Pasco County Fire Rescue and Sheriff's deputies used high water vehicles early this morning to rescue people from rising water. They were taken to a nearby shelter. And Hermine did bring some dangerous conditions to the Bay Area, but there are always those thrill seekers who see a storm as a chance to have fun. Our sister station WTSP tagged along with a surfing teenager taking advantage of big waves off St. Pete Beach. He admits those rip currents are nothing to mess with, so surfing or swimming during a storm, not a good idea, but I guess he still did it. Who knows?
I guess so.
That's what it's like growing up in Florida, though. People, they don't take them seriously, but thankfully, we've got nothing serious going on here, just a lot of beautiful weather.
That's right. Not the case at all here in Arkansas, so we can surf on those winds out here blowing. Feels absolutely great outside. So So great opportunity to go out to the food truck as well as you're checking that out. They're happening today until 1:45 at Capitol and Main. Lots going on. I can't wait to go to that right after the noon show. Beautiful day to eat outside as well. Now taking a look at what's happening here in Arkansas.
For many, the upcoming Labor Day weekend is one of the last chances to grill outside. Maybe not the case here in Arkansas, though. Grilling is a staple this season, but did you know it may also expose you to chemicals linked to cancer? CBS's Don Champion has the details.
There's just something about that grill that makes it nice.
Mark Wilson is celebrating his wife's birthday with a barbecue.
There's your hot dog. Grilling is just the perfect type of way to prepare a meat, I think.
It may be tasty, but grilling too much may be bad for your health. Oncologist Atisha Manhas says chemicals that form when meat, poultry, and fish are cooked at high temperatures and smoke from fat that drips and burns on the grill have both been linked to colon, pancreatic, and breast cancer.
Some studies have shown that people who consume meats that have been grilled on a high heat on a regular basis may be at increased risk for cancer.
There are some things you can do to reduce your risk. Start with a clean grill and cook foods at lower temperatures for a longer time.
We also recommend marinating meats because marinating increases the moisture and that will decrease the formation of the chemicals.
Mark Wilson and his wife try to keep that advice in mind whenever they grill.
Every day there's something new. There's a new risk to look out for. So you just try to do the best you can.
Experts say gas grills are safer because they cook more evenly, and fruits and vegetables can be grilled with no health risk. Don Champion, CBS News, Dallas.
Experts also say it's a good idea to have a food thermometer handy when you grill to make sure your foods are cooked thoroughly. An unpleasant surprise awaiting more Americans for next year's health insurance rates. Records show premium rate increases under the Affordable Care Act could surpass what was charged before President Obama's health care law took effect. Part of this is due to insurance companies deciding to stop participating in the health exchanges in some states. These hikes apply to individual policies sold under the Affordable Care Act. The IRS wants to give taxpayers a heads up. There may be a delay in your 2017 tax refund. For some early filers claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit and the additional child tax credit, the agency says a new tax law requires it to hold refunds until at least mid-February. It also said extra steps to check for identity theft in returns may result in a slight delay. And it's officially fall, but does that mean pumpkin spice lattes are back? Those of us who are obsessed think so. You can now get your hands on the famous fall Starbucks drink, but you have to use your PSL Fan Pass to get one. That is until it officially launches September 6th. The drink comes topped with a dash of pumpkin pie flavor, seasoned with cinnamon, ginger, clove, and nutmeg. Oh, nothing better than a pumpkin spice.
I've actually never had that.
Raven. I can't look at her right now. Well, did you know September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month? Some local restaurants are getting involved to bring awareness.
And coming up, we'll tell you how you can donate and support this cause. Stay with us.
We're getting your pumpkin spice. Welcome back. It is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and local restaurants have agreed to make donations when you dine in. Plus, tomorrow there's a day full of fun for you and the whole family to enjoy supporting the cause. We have Lakeisha Johnson, Bridget Newson, and Finney Wicks here with all the details. Good afternoon to you, ladies.
Thank you. No, thank you for having
us.
It's so beautiful out here.
It is. It's nice to be outside. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, Lakeisha, tell us a little bit. This is a very important cause to you. Tell us how you got this organization started.
Well, my husband, Jermaine Johnson, who passed June 11, 2014, started this organization in 2004, and his goal was just to make a difference in individuals living with sickle cell disease. So when he passed in 2014, then of course you don't just let it die.
No.
You pick it up and you keep running with the cause. And so that's what we've been doing every year, making a difference. We service the entire state with individuals living with sickle cell disease. We host a camp every year for kids with sickle cell disease. We take them out to 4-H Center. We raise the funds. We don't charge their families, and we let them spend a week out there doing everything they possibly can.
Beautiful.
Yep. And so a lot of information, a lot of advocacy. He also chaired the legislative task force on sickle cell and was instrumental in us getting an adult clinic in sickle cell at UAMS. So what we're doing right now is September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month.
And this is all about raising awareness, letting people know what it's all about. Okay, we talked about the restaurants kind of helping out. Can you talk a little bit about that part?
Well, we have several different restaurants that are participating in the Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and if you go to those restaurants and have dinner, then
we'll get
you
a percentage back.
Right.
Wonderful. Okay, I see you're with the American Red Cross. How are you helping out with this cause?
Well, what I want to make sure is that all the donors who come out make sure that they eat a well-balanced breakfast or lunch, dinner, whichever one they prefer, and then make sure that they drink plenty of water. We don't have enough donors that drink water, enough water, so we need them to be able to have enough water in their system before they donate.
So big blood drive
tomorrow. That's happening tomorrow. So if you want to come out and help raise awareness, support, where is this taking place?
Greater Friendship Church. 4640 Springer Boulevard is where we'll be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They can log on our website, arscss.org, and get more information.
Okay, those restaurants are on your screen as well.
Dreamy Spoon. Yeah, we got some great partnerships.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. Great. It sounds like a big community effort. And I want to ask you too, kind of what is one thing you'd like people to know, maybe who aren't really aware of the disease and what it can do? You know, we want to raise awareness.
How much this disease impacts not just the individual, the community. When my husband passed, we had 5 sons. He was only 42. And the life expectancy is not that great. It's 42 for males, about 45 for females. And it's a rare disease, but it's also been here long enough. So we want people to get to understand. We're trying to raise dollars for more research.
Let's do this.
Yep, most definitely.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Great information. We'll have all that info on the blood drive as well on THV11.com.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Ooh, Food Truck Fridays. This is the first day this month. It's happening for another hour now, so you still have a chance to get out there, check it out, get some good food and good music too.
Yeah, I was about to say, I love that music they're playing out there right now.
Capitol in Maine, downtown Little Rock. Go check it out.
Yeah.